after such an historical event here in Malaysia, with the regime change, I think we are all looking forward to either going back home or flying to our home countries. So I'm not going to have a long speech. In fact, I just would like to thank everybody for participating in this important event. It has such an important significance for the World Bank because migrant workers are an important area of our work. The World Bank has been recognizing that migrant workers contribute to international development, to globalization, and to the prosperity of nations. So we are glad that we had this opportunity to join forces with IFAD and of course with Bank Negara Malaysia to discuss very relevant topics related to migrant remittances. The discussions have been very productive, and Mr. Donald Terry has summarized very well the spirit of these 3-day meetings. On behalf of the World Bank Group, I wish you all the best, and I look forward to our next event, wherever it is. Thank you very much.
So, ladies and gentlemen, over the past 3 days at Bank Negara, we have engaged in a lively dialogue regarding the importance of remittances to hundreds of millions of families here in Asia, the Pacific, and across the globe. The topic is not just stimulating, it's urgent. Broad participation from a range of stakeholders, public and private, has enabled us to drill down on the key issues. We have learned a lot about the potential for technology driven by private sector to transform remittance markets. And we have understood the critical importance of appropriate legal and regulatory frameworks making transactions cheaper, faster, and more convenient, especially to rural areas. Finally, we have recognized the direct relevance of remittances to both the Agenda 2030 for Sustainable Development and the Global Compact on safe, regular, and orderly migration. The data is clear, the numbers are ambiguous, and the impact is compelling. Remittances directly affect the lives of 1 billion people on Earth, providing economic lifelines and improving the health, nutrition, education, and housing for families throughout the developing world. It is also very clear that the positive impact of remittances could be even greater. If, as projected, resources totaling $6 trillion will be received by families living in developing countries in the form of remittances through 2030. The question is clear: what can we do in our various roles to harness this vast flow to help achieve the Agenda 2030? First of all, we need to provide remittance families with more and better options to use their money. They need access to savings, small loans, and appropriate investment opportunities. IFAD has been involved with remittances for the last 10 years, working on the ground in more than 50 countries through 60 projects with over 200 partners. We have learned a lot about what works and what doesn't, in terms of helping families leverage the impact of their own remittances. But we're very mindful of the many cultural, legal, and regulatory obstacles that remain. In the last years, the pace of change in remittance market has accelerated markedly. Technological advances in mobile, digital, and internet-based mechanisms make fundamental transformation of markets possible in the near term. But of course, that doesn't mean that it will happen. We need partnership to open the pathway for rural families and diaspora groups to invest in their countries of origin, spurring development. A key step will be to develop coherent public policies and programs that will facilitate private sector innovation and empower remittance families. The blueprint of ideas and actions to accomplish these goals is outlined specifically in the Agenda for Sustainable Development, which connects directly with the impact of remittances on 10 of its 17 development goals. Remittances contribute in particular to reducing poverty, ending hunger, improving health, education, equal opportunities, as well as mitigating climate in rural areas. Remittances themselves are not a goal, they're a resource and a tool. Ladies and gentlemen, at IFAD, we are convinced that these goals and global forums stimulate exchanges of ideas and innovations, address challenges and opportunities, and build partnerships. With the support of the current host and the chair of GFRID Malaysia, IFAD and its partners will look forward to identifying the next host of a Global Forum Asia and the Pacific to be held in 2020. As we draw this meeting to its close, I am pleased to report that one of the recommendations made 5 years ago by the participants of the Global Forum 2013 in Bangkok to support the creation of a universal International Day of Family Remittances is nearing its fulfillment. As we are meeting here in Kuala Lumpur, 15,000 kilometers away in New York, the UN General Assembly is beginning the process to officially designate June 16th as the International Day of Family Remittances. We hope that consideration can be completed over the course of the next month in time to underscore the importance of remittances to the world on June 16, 2018. As we go forward from this forum, we take with us a renewed commitment to help remittance families, improve their lives, and to invest in rural areas, so that migration will be more of a choice than a necessity. At IFAD, we invest in people. Therefore, we understand that our focus needs to be not millions and billions, but on how to best leverage the average individual remittance of $200. Because remittances can help to end hunger and poverty and achieve SDGs 1 and 2, one family at a time. I would like to thank Bank Negara for hosting us so generously and well here in Kuala Lumpur, even during these very important days of elections. Thank you all.
Donald and Terry, you said that you're glad that you all are still here. You all made it. And I wish to add to that that I'm glad that I made it. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the GFRID 2018 Asia Pacific was opened on Tuesday by 3 inspiring women from the 3 organizing partners. Ms. Charlotte of IFAD started and ended her speech with the story of Lily, a remittance recipient from rural Philippines that represents the success story of IFAD's work on remittances. Ms. Sela of the World Bank, in her speech, underpinned the importance of dignity in an effort to create a more inclusive and prosperous society. Ms. Jessica, my Deputy Governor, made a call to action in regard to liberating remittances to achieving the SDGs. All these speeches share the same idea, that we are faced with the dire issue of inequality that needs to be addressed. Despite economic prosperity that the world have enjoyed in the past few decades, millions still are living in abject poverty, suffering from hunger and experiencing discrimination in many forms. Migrants, who are the focal point of this forum, are subject of all these conditions. But we have hope. The fact that this idea on addressing inequality through remittances represents the ethos and spirit of this forum. We believe in a more equal society, that people, notwithstanding their country of origin, their social, economic background, or their gender, must be able to enjoy the fruits of development. I'm pleased to see that this forum has successfully convened impactful speakers and aspiring participants in discussing and debating various topics in our efforts to amplify the developmental benefits of remittances. GFRID 2018 ends this evening, but the ethos and spirit of this forum must not end here. Let's remind ourselves that we have approximately 12 years until 2030 to find solutions to challenges outlined under the SDGs framework. This is a call to action for all of us present today to start working from now to develop concrete strategies to develop the attainment of the Sustainable Development Goals. We have learned from Professor Terry's foregoing presentation 5 specific recommendations from the forum, which include, first, recognizing migrant contributions; second, the need for better data to guide policy making and private sector investment, followed by improving legal and regulatory framework to create more enabling remittance market, supporting financial inclusion, including promoting investment from remittances, and finally, last but not least, leveraging all stakeholders in implementing all the identified strategies. To quote Ms. Helen Keller, alone we can do so little, together we can do so much. All these can only be achieved if stakeholders at international, national and subnational level come together in implementing these recommendations. Bank Negara Malaysia is proud to be part of this forum. It is based on the noble aspiration to create a more inclusive and sustainable society. We have benefited greatly from our partnership with IFAD and the World Bank in making sure this forum transpires. We take pride in becoming the first country to hold the first regional style of the GFRID series. I'm taking this opportunity to both thank IFAD and the World Bank for this great partnership. To the organizers, some of whom have been deprived of sleep for the past few days, especially last night for some of us here, every minute of it is very much worth it. My appreciation also goes to our supporting partners, the Alliance for Financial Inclusion, GSMA, IAMTN, IMTC, and MAMSB, Microfinance Gateway, and the World Saving Bank Institute. Last but not least, to all of you speakers and participants from almost 70 countries, I thank you for your active participation in this forum. I do invite other member states to continue this effort that Malaysia has started. Thank you, and I wish all of you a safe journey back to your destination.
Thank you, Nick, for this. I really wanted to leave you the last word, but if we could have a photo opportunity for the closing, I would like to thank actually Travis for letting me telling you how to get home. There's going to be 2 buses, one for the Hilton and one for Sunway Putra Hotel. So bus 1 is for the Hilton, correct? And bus 2 for Sunway Putra Hotel. I didn't miss any other. That's it. Everybody, thank you so much. I hope to see you 2 years from now in Asia, and surely somewhere in another continent, maybe sooner than that. but have safe travels and have a good evening. Thank you very much. And